Hey YouTube again. Well, they promised snow here in Indiana, but we will be moving to America tomorrow, so we won't be worrying about snow. But as you see, they're already out, performing their heinous act, creating snow. And we remember last year we had this idea that there was something weird in the snow. But it is the truth. There is something in the snow. The snow is, so to speak, not real. It is snow, but it's still not real. It's manufactured snow, and it is being made by some kind of nucleation process with some certain ingredients that create nuclei, and they will fall down as snow, and they can produce as much snow as they want to. They can literally drown us in snow. And again, this so-called Arctic blast is another man-made feature. You know what? We know that NASA is not always truthful, right? And I made this video yesterday. It's kind of like a creepy place, this Comet 67P, and this looks like freaking the Tower of Sauron in the Lord of Rings. I actually had a small dream here just before I woke up that this is a hoax. This is a artificially created landscape, and it's just to keep us again distracted from something which is apparently on the horizon. You see, these scientists claim that this probe or satellite, whatever you want to call it, has been sent out with 45,000 miles per hour, landing on a comet, hurtling through space, probably tumbling around, right? That's quite possible, that is rotating. And that will, with the shape and outline of this comet, make it inherently dangerous for them to even approach and attempt a landing, unless they have some sort of very advanced technology. And you know, the sounds coming from this thing could be something they themselves has produced. The Ghost was talking about that this sound was supposedly to drive people crazy and make them go out and do some very bad things to each other. You know, that's all possible. We never know. But again, this thing do not have gravity. That is impossible. It's not big enough. And yet they claim they fly all the way out there to this stone and land on it while it's tumbling through space. It somehow sounds to me like another elaborate lie from the so-called establishment. We have a G20 meeting taking place. We have a giant UFO sitting over the city, and everybody thinks it's the aliens sitting and watching. But I can assure you, the US Air Force, the dark side of it, the dark side of NASA, they have crafts themselves, which is anti-gravitational, and they can easily themselves go up and display themselves to make people in shock and awe. Wow, man, look at that thing up there. In reality, it's coming from here, just to distract people from, you know, protesting, but also in part of the agenda that soon we will have an alien visitation, and it will seem plausible again that these entities would be sitting over areas where all these fantastic leaders, as they call themselves, that runs this planet into the ground, are you know, converging, talking about what is the next step in how to bring the world society down. You know, there is many facets of this build up to a new world order. But it will be a great delusion. And this great delusion will be that some aliens came down here and did with some monkeys, and through time these monkeys begin to stand up. It came more or less looking like, you know, Sasquatch, Bigfoot. And over time these monkey types began to lose their hair, and they became slimmer and less muscular, and yeah, all these stories, you know. But again, landing on a comet, traveling with 45,000 miles per hour, I can assure you that is an incredible speed, people. I mean, that is fast. That would be pretty much like, you know, traveling from New York to San Francisco in a couple of seconds. That is pretty fast. And they are landing a tiny little fragile module on that to take pictures. You know, I do got a problem with it. You know, what if they just did that? Maybe this thing is real, right? But yet, it freaking looks like someone had a very vivid imagination and created this landscape for us to marvel about, for us to be distracted about, for us to talk about. So we don't talk about the real issues, and that is the real issue, people. And I'm not kidding you. The real issue is these 7,000 people who run this planet, who call themselves elite, who are part of this bloodline from way back in the days of Noah. They want to kill us. I mean, they want to kill us, people. It sounds fear-mongering. It sounds, what do you call it? Yeah, it's just terminus. Just in The Walking Dead. You know, that is your end station. And you will be eaten. Or sacrificed. Or just plain slaughtered. Dear YouTubers. Dear people of the planet of Earth. These people want to kill us. I am not kidding you. That is their only goal. And they are in league with a very demonic entity. We know who that is, and we can't escape that fact. That demonic entity wants our soul before our flesh dies. That's his ultimate goal. Their ultimate goal. That is to destroy us in our soul first, and then dispose of our flesh. That's the goal. The remnant will be turned into more or less machine. That's their idea. That is what they're hoping to do. So they themselves as humans can interbreed with each other as they have done through the centuries. Still doing. And keep their bloodline straight and clean. The rest of us have to die. In one form or another. People, the Georgia Guidestones are very specific and very, very clear about what plans they have. And if you don't understand the message on those Guidestones, written in 10 different languages, even in hieroglyphic, who the hell is reading hieroglyphic today? Who benefits from the writing hieroglyphics today? No one. But it is because they are direct descendants of that time when the Egyptians roamed. And these Egyptians were Nephilims. These pharaohs were Nephilims. They were giants. You need to understand that. But the ultimate goal for them is to kill us. They want us all dead. It sounds very, very fear-mongering. It sounds very doom and gloom. But you know what? If you don't understand the guidestones, then there's something wrong with you, because they're saying it to us. We are subject to extermination. Okay? They want us dead. And everything which is going on this little pesky planet we call Earth and home. Yeah, I call it a pesky planet because there's so little good left on this planet. Actually, the only thing good pretty much is nature. It's beautiful. Everywhere you go. Tennessee is one of my favorites. It's fantastic there. Smoky Mountains. Wow. But they just don't want anything good for us. They envy us. And that's part of the socialism. And the reason why they envy us is because they don't themselves have, in any time in their life, have to go out and fight. They didn't have to go to war. They didn't have to do anything. They were born with a silver spoon in their mouth and destined to become what they are today. Where the rest of us had to go out and strive and strive and strive and strive and strive to get to the top, or just some sort of satisfaction of achievement in our lives. And we do that because that's how we brought up. That's how we think it's supposed to be. So they are envious at us because we are really the working class. We are the ones who is shaping the world in architecture and in inventions, in agriculture. We are the people who do that. But they hate the fact that that is actually what we're doing. We are men and women and children. And they are nothing. And they hate us for it. They are envious of us. And the best way to get away from the envy and the competition and back to their utopia of them being in charge, and they have their own paradise, that is to exterminate us. And that is what they're doing. Covertly and directly, right in our face, all the wars. That is extermination. It's nothing but that. We could all live in peace and understand that there is only one creator. We could do that. But they keep driving the division. They keep driving the racial class. They keep driving the world down into submission of their ideas. And all we are doing is worrying about, do we keep our job? Do I get anything to eat? Where does my money go? Where is all my money? Where is the money I made? They're pretty much gone, correct? So, reality is sad enough. And I think this is some papier-mâché, some model, just like a sci-fi movie where they make models. Fantastic looking, but I have a hard time believing they are landing a tiny little fragile module on a hurtling rock with 45,000 miles per hour with such precision. I have a hard time believing in that. And maybe they're just trying to show us something with this. Literally. No, that is. They are worshipping a demonic entity. They even look like there's a face here. I mean, what are the odds, from a random rock? No, that's what I think they are doing. They're just filling us with bollocks. Keeping us distracted. So we don't go for the target, and that is them. We should eradicate them. And we can do it overnight. We don't have to kill them. We just need to stop them by saying no more. It is that simple. Or we could choose the bloody revolution and get rid of them once and for all. But yeah, this is the end of the video, and now I'm going to pack, and we are going to America, and we're going to enjoy it. So it will be a little while before there will be another video, but I'll be back, and God bless you. Have a good day.